Okie dokie. Oh, hi there. Welcome. Welcome. How are we all doing today? Oh, yeah. Hopefully you got more energy than me. I'm a zombie. Alright, did I sleep any better last night? I slept much better last night than I did the night before, I'll tell you that much. I probably overindulged a little too much on Friday. But I slept good last night. I'm just tired because I was cutting grass like an hour ago, and it was brutal. Alright, so between streams, last night I did a stupid amount of grinding. I don't remember exactly what my Pokedex number was at the end of last stream, but I think I bumped it up like at least 15. Because I spent a lot of time in ye old Safari Zone. Hunting and hunting and hunting for Chansey, Kangaskhan, and what's the other one? Tauros. I game-cornered Pinsir. It was such a pain in the butt. I'm like, you know, it's way faster to just game-corner Pinsir. So... yeah. Anyways, lots of new Pokemon in the Pokedex. I didn't do any level grinding. And I was debating on how I wanted to approach today's stream, and I decided to return to Cerulean or Celadon, since I was back here for the game corner anyway. And yeah, we're gonna go west from here. We're gonna hit the bike trail, and then my goal today is to actually complete the 5th gem. That is today's goal. So let us begin. Oh yeah, I was thinking of also taking a stop for some stones. Some stones! I don't remember where the stones are, though. I meant to do that last night, but I got a little distracted. Hey Luxor, hey Corfish. Wow, you are watching another stream? That's just messed up, bro. Imagine choosing someone else over me. Unforgivable. I'm gonna just pick up 2 apiece. I did burn my moonstones on Nido King and Nido Queen. I still have one more in reserve though, and I know there's apparently one hidden in the Pokemon Mansion. And there's 4 Moonstone Evos, which is actually kind of a high amount. Oh my goodness, do I really need Cut? Cut gets you fly. So yes, the answer is yes. You know what? It's fine. Venusaur is nice and over-leveled. Cutting realization. Boo. Boo. Anyways. The thing about HMs is back in 1st gen, teaching them to your main party really wasn't that big of a deal. Because your Pokemon didn't really learn that many moves anyways. So... basically, HMs became a problem once Pokemon movesets stopped being so terrible. Also, I completely forgot that they actually had some double battles in this game. Which is cool, I'm glad they did that. How was my Saturday? Oh, we don't want to talk about my Saturday. Let's just say Ian was recovering from a long week. And leave it at that. I'm actually kind of shocked that I did not double kill. Oh yeah, Emerald did double battles really good, but in some ways I almost feel like Emerald went a little too overboard on double battles. Like, I actually think Fire and Leaf Green kind of did it well. I'm sorry, Jet is so cool. You need to focus less on me. Huh. Somehow I feel like that's kind of like me and Haley. What field do I work in? I work in accounting. Doesn't this look like the kind of place that would have a hidden item? Nope. Now the funny thing is I don't actually have any fly users right now. Alright, do I need cut anymore, or can I go pick up Venusaur? HMs can be a good filler slot on a team or a good finisher attack if you're saving a better move. Yeah, like I said, they worked in 1st gen because the movesets were terrible in 1st gen. The problem is like, by the time 3rd gen rolled around, you started to want to have like a full set of stuff. Not only that, 3rd gen, like, basically meant that you had to have a certified water HM user. Like, I remember the first time I played Emerald when I was a wee kid. I remember that, I probably left my PC box on the wrong room, on the wrong thing. I had a Ludicolo, and its moveset was just Surf, Waterfall, Dive, and Cut. It was the saddest Ludicolo you've ever seen. What was his purpose, he asked. His purpose was to suffer. You know what? I'm gonna match Snorlax with Snorlax. Battle of the Diabito. Imagine making Mew your HM. That would be terrible. I actually have some Ultra Balls. I'm gonna just pop one of those bad boys. This is for my living decks. Why I'm doing a living dex, I don't know. Is Haley gonna join the stream today? I don't know. Why don't you ask her? Haley, speak.
No.
Oh, there we go. Haley spoke. Haley's just being antisocial. She's being tsundere.
That's not the same thing.
Sure it is. Why is Snorlax so hard to catch? Can you rest for me so that I could... You know... It's snoring instead of sleeping. Are you stupid? Oh my goodness. Now it sleeps. It is a Snorlax. Oh my god, I'm surrounded by baboons! Oh my goodness, get in the ball! You say that like I didn't already know that? Joke's on me, I am the baboon. Nah, you're a punster. Oh my god. Dude, I spend so much money on these Ultra Balls, and I'm just like burning through them like candy. I was so ready for it to break out after the third wobble. Okay, good, good. I had my box at the right place. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I restocked on Super Potions. Do 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 do. Oh my god, the amulet coin? I could have been getting rich if I just went west earlier. Think of how much money we could have had. Why didn't someone tell me? Actually, I might have not had 40 species before. I'm on a relaxing ride on my new bike with my girlfriend. Kid, you look like you're 3. Okay, maybe not 3, but like 8. Alright, time to take on the biker gang. You know, now that I don't have Butterfree, I don't actually have like a good answer to poison types. Kinda sad. Him before he has Miraidon. Oh boy. That would be wild. But Draco, there's only 150 species of Pokemon. Gotta admit, the game is a lot easier when you can use Flamethrower. When I was level grinding Vulpix, it was like, well, I can use Quick Attack or Will-O-Wisp. What's super effective against fighting Pokemon aside from Psychic? Oh yeah, Flying. I don't got that either. This is actually okay. Starmie at least counters defensively. Oh. Guess not. Fixed damage. You heard it here first, Ian isn't Fly. Hey now, that's not very cash money of you. Hey Ian, how's your Sunday going? Well, let's see. I slept. I ate a bowl of cereal. I cut my grass. Then I took a shower, and now I'm here. It's a day that ends in Y, absolutely. That is an excellent way to put it. Pretty much the only thing I accomplished yesterday was grinding for Chansey, Tauros, and Kangaskhan. That was about the highlight of my day. I think today I might try to play a little Yakuza later. That sounds fun. I also mentioned it on, I think last stream, but I've been kind of itching to boot up a new 2K project. I haven't played NBA 2K in ages. And the Timberwolves not getting swept in the first round kind of got me in the mood. Besides Pokemon, what RPGs do you like? Chrono Trigger? I don't actually play a lot of RPGs. I guess it also depends on what you consider an RPG. Because, like, Skyrim has RPG elements, but when I think of Skyrim, I don't really think RPG. Have I played any Final Fantasy games? I completed 4 on the DS, like, a giga long time ago. And I started playing the 3rd one on the DS, because I know the numbers are weird, and I can never remember how the numbers work. But, I got bored very early and just like kind of stopped playing. I think that's like one of those series that I'd love to go check out again at some point in my lifetime. But like, it's just so low on the priority list and I just don't have the time. I'm really trying, like for the last 2 or 3 years, I've been really trying to like make a mentality shift towards trying to not be a completionist and to just like work my way through games quickly. But I just fall into completionist habits so easily. It's such a struggle. Have I played Hytale? The name rings a bell, but no. But yeah, I feel like my objective moving forward is like more games, less time spent on each one. The problem is like a lot of the games that I want, like I have certain games that are intended to tick a different box, like Yakuza 0, for example. I want to play Yakuza 0 very thoroughly. I don't really want to cut corners with that game. But thankfully I heard that completing Yakuza 0 is such a pain in the butt that I'll probably never give in to doing that. I feel like a good compromise for like the Yakuza games is to do all the sub-stories and leave it at that. Oh, that Hytale. No. Isn't that a multiplayer game? I'm like very averse now to touching multiplayer games. But also, I just didn't, like, anybody here should know I hate Minecraft, so... There's also that. Yeah, I've been struggling to, like, play, Pokapia. Like, it's just, like, like, I log in every day, I get my stamp, I complete any of the brain dead quests, and then I turn it off. Like, one of these days I'm gonna try to get, like, into Pokapia and, like, properly play it out, but... Oh, I feel like it's like a sunk cost thing, man. I just gotta stop being such a damn completionist. I think there's too many awesome games out there in the world, and my life is just passing me by, and I'm not playing them. And that's bad. Alright, I think I'm gonna just try to tackle the bike trail in like 3 sweeps. Like, I'm gonna just take it one direction at a time. Actually, maybe I can work my way across as I go. That doesn't seem too difficult. Man, all these wheezings. Part of my problem is kicking off a new game is always a tedious endeavor, too. Like, I thought about getting, into Yakuza 0 for, like, a month. Oh, crap, I misclicked. Like, it took me that long to start playing that game. Also, hey, Sour Patch King. Alright, I need to make a swap. Too many smoke screens. It's a grind. Oh, I'm like almost out of body slam attacks. I'm like 5 feet into this route, man. And I'm already out of power points. Maybe I should go heal up real quick before going further. While it's still not a pain in the butt to climb the hill. Have I played Okami? No. I know I repeat this statement a lot, and I'll probably repeat it a million times more, but, the number of games I've experienced in my life is surprisingly very low for someone who considers themselves a gamer. That's because, well, there's a multitude of reasons. But back in the YouTube day, well, first off, when I was a kid, I played educational games because that was what my parents would let me play. Then, I didn't get like a Game Boy until I was like 11 years old, I think. Then I started my YouTube era, and I was very focused on that. So like I spend more time like focusing on playing games for YouTube than actually like playing new games. And then the dark years kind of happened, and I became like a League and Hearthstone player, which sapped a lot of my time. And then, like, after that, I went into, like, the extra dark years. And in the extra dark years, I was, like, spending more time, like, replaying my comfort games, just because it was, like, you know, I was miserable and sad. So now that I'm, like, finally through all of that, it's like, okay, maybe I should, like, play some other games. But now I got my wrist problems. And I still have, like, a lot of unfinished business with, like, other stuff. Like, I've had some stuff I've wanted to do with Skyrim for, like, flipping forever. So when I finally get around to doing that project, that might be like a 500-hour project in itself. And I've kind of come to estimate that I probably realistically only have about 100 hours gaming budget each month, right? Like 2 hours a day, that's 60 hours a month. And then tack on bonus time for the weekends. So, like, when you think about it that way, and you realize your gaming budget is, like, for me, my budget is no longer the dollars I spend on games, it's actually how I can time budget. And that's why, like, being a completionist is such a killer for me. It's also, like, just tough being, like, someone who's a public figure. Like, everybody has their own different gaming experiences, so, like, as a streamer, everyone comes to me and they want to know if I played the games that were precious to them, you know? So, if I've only played 200 games in my lifetime, which might actually be a pretty accurate number if you, like, leave out things like, you know... Like, I wouldn't count Madden 03, Madden 04, Madden 05 as different games. So if you, like, kind of trim the fat out, and I only played, like, maybe 200, like, full-scale, non-educational, whatever games, like... And then everybody else has played their own 200, 300 games, then... I guess my point is that, like... I don't know. I sit here as a streamer, and a lot of times I'm just like, no, I haven't played that. No, I haven't played that. No, I haven't played that. Then it starts to feel a little redundant, because it's like, man, I can't, like... I can't connect with the person over that. Like, why does nobody ever come in and be like, hey, Ian, have you played Chained Echoes? I also feel like my audience doesn't overlap much with me. Which is kind of weird. Like, I'm actually not much of a Nintendo gamer, but I made my name off of playing Nintendo games. So, like, people who've had a lot of experience in that space... Like, I've only played Ocarina of Time. That's the only Zelda game I've played to completion. But a lot of people who watch my vids, or watched me back in the day, liked Zelda. But yeah, I want to play more games. I mean, I've already tried to set out to do that more this year, but it really hasn't gone that well. Like, the games I've played so far this year, I spent a stupid amount of time on Legends ZA. I played Donkey Kong Bonanza. I tried out Sea of Stars and then dropped it, because I thought it was crap. That was a big letdown for me. I occasionally dabble in Civ 4, because that's like a comfort game for me. Yeah, add one to that. I replayed Need for Speed Underground 2, because that was finishing up a personal project. We're doing Fire Red Leaf Green now. I'm playing Yakuza 0 now. I'm sorta playing Fire Red Leaf Green, right? Or, Pokapia. And then, I want to kick off a 2K project, but that could end up being... That could end up being a 100-hour project in itself. Hello, Jimmy Hook. Yeah, Persona's a popular game among my community. There's a lot of people who talk about that one around here. And see, I will probably never touch Persona in my entire life. How I block off 6 hours a week. Well, I block off probably about 25 hours to a week. But honestly, I'm not even sure I do that. Like, there's nights where I don't game for 2 hours, and then that would be 15 hours to the weekend, and I don't know if I really play. That would be 7.5 hours a day. I don't know if I really game that much on the weekend. So honestly, my 100 hours a month might actually be inaccurate. That might not be a legitimate number. I don't know, the downside to getting older is you just become really hyper aware of how little time you have. Oh hey, evolution! Oh yeah, by the way, when I was hunting in the Safari Zone, I got a Dragonair before I got a Dratini. Not just find, I caught a Dragonair before I caught a Dratini. How that happened, who knows? I guess I gotta update my sidebar here. But yeah, for streaming, like, I block off... I'm trying to kind of do, like, 4 to 5 hours a week per game. And I mean, that's a... Again, I gotta stick to things that maybe are a little more tight-knit experiences. That's why Pokemon, like, older Pokemon and, like, ROM hacks are probably pretty good for streaming, because I could play one over the course of like a month or two and not feel like I'm caught up on it forever. Yeah, I did pretty good with Bonanza. And then, like I said, I play some of it off stream, so that also, like, that keeps things flowing. Like, could you guys imagine if I did the Safari Zone grind on stream? That would have been like an entire stream in itself. That would have been miserable. I think, like, ideally, I don't want to be spending more than 2 months on a game. Oh! Oh! That one hurt. Wrong move. Almost didn't matter. Diabito got diabeaten. Yeah, Dragonair's a 1% encounter. I just couldn't get a Dratini to go in the ball. It just wouldn't happen. And the first time, like, I ran into one Dragonair and I caught it on my first try. I definitely think, though, that in order to have, like, any legit flow with my streams, bumping up to 2 times a week was definitely necessary. Of course, back in the day, I would sometimes just, like, stream a game for, like, 4 or 5 hours. So that's kind of the difference. Like, now I'm doing short segments on Friday. The other problem with games is nowadays games are like so much longer than they used to be. And a lot of games like pad their runtimes. Like, I would argue that I thought Donkey Kong Bonanza was a pretty good... Like, I didn't feel like my experience was overly bogged down. But I spent 100 hours on that game, according to the stats. It could have maybe been more like 70 or 80 if you count time where I might have left the game running. But, like, did Donkey Kong Bonanza really need to be that long of a game? It probably could have been half the runtime. Bro, what is with these signs? Hey, JT. You don't think I'd enjoy Ace Attorney? On the contrary, I actually think I would like Ace Attorney. I've never tried it out, but I've had, sort of had it on my radar. That's like one of those things that's deep on the backlog. Yeah, visual novels are kind of tricky for me, because it's not that I don't like them, it's that they feel like... opportunity cost wise, like I could be spending my time doing something more interesting. I don't know. Kind of hard to judge. Again, the problem boils down to not enough hours in a day. It's kind of sad because the 2 periods of my life where I was unemployed, I was like so depressed during those periods that I wasn't able to really take advantage of all the extra free time I had. I don't know though, I feel like even if I suddenly became unemployed tomorrow and I was that way for a year, I'm not actually sure how much gaming I would get accomplished in a year. It's a tough world out here. And I've been, like, carefully over the years, working on my spreadsheet or whatever. And I think, like, now that I've, like, got the whole system created, I am now, like, going through a new phase where it's like, okay, I built my system, but now how do I, like, actually do the things I want to do? And I've been trimming fat on my spreadsheet system for years. Like, the realization that, like, my time is limited. When I first started out, I was, like, operating on a, oh, I could play a new, like, I think my first spreadsheet iteration was like, oh, I'll play like 7 new games per 3-month quarter. And now I'm like, man, I'd be lucky if I could play one new game per 3 months. Yeah, that would work if I streamed full-time. That is true. I don't know, like... I have one variety streamer I watch. I've shouted him out many a times, TSM the Odd One. And he usually goes through a game about every week. But he's playing full-time. He does probably 6 or 7 hours for his main stream block. He only takes 1 day off a week. Now, he does usually mix it up on the weekends, but, like... Yeah, that's like an insane number of games to be working through. I think for me, getting through one new game a month would be, like, an accomplishment. And again, if we assume my gaming budget for the month is 100 hours, which might be generous, that's enough time. But then I also like to play things like an ARAM here or there in League, or sometimes I go hard on TFT, or I have a comfort game, like I want to do the 2K project, which that could chew up an entire month's gaming budget. I don't really mind thinking games, Luxray. Like, to me, thinking games are good games. The only problem is as I get older, getting into thinking games is sometimes a chore. But I feel like every game, it's like, I gotta think about it, and then I don't want to get into it. I think I overthink everything. Tough being a thinker. I wish I could turn my brain off. Alright, someone needs to remind me not to switch into Starmie right now. This looks like a place where there'd be a hidden item. So wait, there was a hidden item. Huh. Well, that was interesting. Okay. Just be warned, you'll need context from Phoenix Wright 1 for other cases. Well, let's start with the fact that this implies I'm playing Ace Attorney anytime soon. So, bro. I actually would make that trade. Isn't that the only way to get Lickitung? I was actually really shocked to recently learn that, Ponyta? Yeah, Ponyta can only be caught on one island in Fire Red and Leaf Green. That kind of blew my mind. So at some point before, because right now I'm thinking about Haley's trip here. She's gonna be coming in the middle of May. So I think I can get 4 streams, including this one, in. And I want to make sure I get all the version exclusives so we could trade. Ponyta the version exclusive? Or is it another one? I'm thinking of Magmar. Ponyta's on one island too. But I was thinking of Magmar for version exclusive. Yeah, unfortunately Haley is only here Saturday to Friday. And that Sunday that she's here, I probably can't stream. Because we're probably going to try to go to a baseball game. And it's an afternoon game. So I'll try to do a stream while she's here. But it'll probably be like a random weeknight. And it'll just be like a bonus stream. You can only trade locally, Super Draco. And now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to tell Haley to bring her Switch. I don't know if she's ever actually traveled with her Switch before. I would actually be kind of afraid to travel with my Switch. Oh yeah, I agree. I think it's crazy that they didn't have online trading. It was one of my biggest aversions to even wanting to buy this game in the first place. But then I found out that it would have home compatibility, and I'm like, fine, I could stream it this way. It's only 20 bucks. I could afford it. And Haley was gonna play it anyways, so I'm like, okay, well, we'll do it that way. Yeah, I'll for sure try to get in a stream when Haley's here. The Friday that she flies out, I should still be able to stream like normal. But, because I think her flight is like 8 or 8:30 out. So, I would have to have her at the airport probably by like 7, so I should be home in time to stream that night. Actually, I don't know. Maybe that might be a little bit closer than I think. Do. We're actually making really good time on today's stream. I was thinking, like, this route would take up most of the stream, and we've already made it to Fuchsia. So I might even be able to go dabble in, what's it called? Saffron. Should be able to spend at least a little time there. Problem is I can't get Fly until my Dragonite evolves. And that's what, level 55? Brutal. Not having Fly in the old games, though, is like not that big of a deal. It doesn't take that long to bike around. Alright, yeah, I have Fly, I just don't have a Pokemon that could use it. I mean, I could, like, slap it on some random Pidgey, but I feel like by the time I go pull a Pidgey out of the PC, I could just bike to Saffron. Oh yeah, I also grabbed the gold teeth and surf in the Safari Zone between streams. What gym do you need to use strength? Like, am I able to use that right now? Koga's? Okay, we'll come back then. I'm pretty sure I had... Let's consult the spreadsheet. I'm pretty sure I had Primeape as my strength user. Yep. Alright, gym time! Been a while since we've... it's been a while since we've actually done a gym. Feels like we've done 2 or 3 streams since the last one. The real question at hand is, are we gonna get wrecked? Hope I have antidotes? I have like 10. I think we should be fine. I also started to stock up on, that's not a poison type. I think the bigger issue is we're gonna need healing. Level 38? No! Don't flinch, Diabito. Oh my goodness. What is the actual flinch odds? Isn't it only like... I don't know. I have Starmie and Venusaur? Yeah, but I don't actually have a Psychic move on Starmie. Yeah, I thought it was 20% too. So of course that means I flinched 2 times in a row. But of course... There's a YouTuber I like. I've probably talked about him at some point before. His name's Marcel Vos. He does Roller Coaster Tycoon videos. And he recently did a video where, like, what would happen if you always low rolled? Like, you had permanent worst luck possible in Roller Coaster Tycoon, and you like turned it into a mod or whatever. I feel like when I play Pokemon, that's just how my game works. It's like, what is the worst imaginable luck you can get? That's the luck you're gonna have. Like, you have a 20% chance of flinching, you're gonna get flinched. Huh. Oh! Oh! Get wrecked, Kadabra. Does this mean you're not using a flinch kiss? I know you get Psychic in Saffron. I don't remember how you obtain it. I kind of assumed it was via the gym. Alright, I'm at the entrance, so I'm just gonna pop out and heal. gym isn't necessary. Huh. Interesting. I almost feel guilty burning Psychic on Starmie. Like, I really hate using TMs since they're single-time use. But it's not like there's a competitive mode, right? It's not like I'm playing this game for keeps. Snorlax is also pretty good in this gym because I could just sleep off any poison that I get. So, I've got, like, options for this gym. Battle Tower is the closest you get. Yeah, and I'm probably not gonna touch that. And if I did, I feel like there's a good chance that, if they brought Fire Red and Leaf Green, I bet they're gonna bring Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Which means I could just do any of my competitive training in those games. I assume that Pokemon Home... Well, I was gonna say, could you move a Pokemon to home and then move it back into, like, could you move a Pokemon from Fire Red and Leaf Green to home and then move it back to Fire Red and Leaf Green, or would it be a one-way trip? Because then I would need a second switch to trade back and forth, and that would be a pain in the butt. Oh look, get paralyzed, can attack. And there's the flinch. Yeah, I feel like it would be a huge swing and a miss if, like, I couldn't move a Pokemon from Fire Red Leaf Green to home and then into, like, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. In Saffron, it's just some random guy in a house. Yeah, Twitch chat established that for me. You guys think Razor Leaf or Tackle here does more damage? Okay, well that did nothing. You guys were like, better hope you have antidotes, meanwhile I'm getting hit by everything but poison. Okay, Razor Leaf was definitely superior. Not by much, but it was superior. Woo! Woo! Yeah, not gonna lie, the walls actually do kind of have me frustrated. Huh. Huh. I don't know, man. This Dragonair's pretty bad. I'm putting a lot of EXP into it, and it ain't doing much. I think we could honestly just make Starmie's moveset Surf, Ice Beam, Psychic, Recover. Yes, gaps. I see them. Oh, actually, I think I do see something. The real torture would be watching me grind the game corner. Well, I already have the Ice Beam TM from grinding. But yeah, grinding the game corner probably would have been a pretty miserable experience to watch. Haley watched me grind it a little bit last night, because I went back for Pinsir. Because I was like, it's gotta be faster to just go get it at the game corner than to find it at the Safari Zone. And I'm pretty sure I was right. It's almost its actual competitive set, you think? Yeah, competitive sets usually run Thunderbolt. You just go all out on sweeping and try to take as much as you can with you. I should get Shadow Ball for a few Pokemon. I was entertaining getting it for Snorlax. But I feel like the game isn't that like hard that I need to be sitting around grinding those extra TMs. I honestly wasn't even really sure why I got Ice Beam. Like, I think I could probably just run Surf and like, I should be able to run Surf and Psychic, and that should be enough. Right, I'm gonna dip back out heal up. And then we're gonna gym battle. Oops. I suppose I could also put Thunderbolt on Starmie, but again, I'm not like here to grind the game for the perfect set. That to me would be going a little too crazy. Alright. Alright, let's hope we don't get wrecked. This guy has a level 42 Pokemon. I think we can do it, though. I think we can do it. Alright, 5th gym badge. Leader Koga. He starts out with a Coughing, level 37 poison type. Levitate ability, moveset Self-Destruct, Sludge, Toxic, and Smokescreen. Oof. That's actually a really tough set. For a normie Coughing. And I missed. And it self-destructed. And I didn't get any EXP out of that. You hate to see it. Fascinating. I assume it's gonna send out its... Oh no, it's gonna go to Muck! Level 39 poison type. Sticky Hold ability, moveset Minimize, Sludge, Acid Armor, and Toxic. And he also has 2 Hyper Potions and a full heal, and I assume he's gonna pop one of those right now. No, he didn't. I got baited! I got baited and outsmarted! Alright, I'm gonna go YOLO mode. Wow, that did no damage. I don't know if Flamethrower plus Burn gets me there. Oh, it's right on the edge. Alright, now the other Coughing, which is exactly the same as the other one. So I'm not even gonna spit off the moveset for that one. Okay, let's send Zeus out. I actually did a lot more damage than I was expecting to. Okay, this is actually good. I'd like to bait out these hyper potions. This is actually really good. I don't know if this one will bait one out, though. I don't think I have any other status effects in tow, so I probably want to go Thunder Wave here. Wheezing, level 43. Poison type, Levitate ability, moveset Tackle, Sludge, Smokescreen, Toxic. Oh, I got rid of Thunder Wave? Wait, I got rid of Thunder Wave? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. I might be the stupidest person alive. Wow. What an int. Alright, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Why is my luck so bad? Brow. Thunderwave is level 43. Oh yeah, you're right. I might have never taught it in the first place. That would explain it. You make a very good point. Alright, I gotta make a tactical switch. Holy Lord! What was that? Alright, if my count— oh wait, I just win. I was like, okay, he'll use a hyper potion, I could use rest, reset the fight, we're all good. And it's a KO. Alright, well that was tough, but it wasn't terrible. It was winnable. The Soul Badge. And now we could surf. Man, when I was younger, Toxic was like my favorite move in the game. I'm like, wait, you can poison something and the poison gets stronger over time? That's so OP. And I mean, it kinda is on Blissey, with 6 double teams set up. But yeah, no. Alright, that's another gym in the book. Let me add my badge to my sidebar. I always thought it was kind of weird that Koga's gym is the heart-shaped one. And Sabrina's is, well, not. Ow! Lordy! Ho 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 ho. Oh, that hurt. Oh. I just smacked the back of my foot off of my chair. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna die. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, that's how you know you're getting old. It wasn't even that hard of a smack. I think I just hit myself just right. It was like the perfect smack. Alright. Let's take a long trip back to ye ol' Saffron. And you may be wondering why I'm going this way. There is a method to my madness, young grasshopper. Thou artist have mustest to learn a lotteth. Ian, what are you talking about? I don't know. This is why I came this way. Because I remembered there was a Pokeball here. Wow, that was not worth my time. Why would Sabrina's badge be heart-shaped? I don't know. Why is a psychic trainer's badge heart... or a poison-type trainer's badge heart-shaped? At least you could kinda argue that Sabrina's, like, maybe girly and psychic, and I don't know. You manipulate someone with psychic powers to love you? I don't know. It makes more sense than poison. Then again, I suppose love can be toxic. Ha 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 ha!
You're not funny.
Nobody asked your opinion. Go back to being quiet.
I'm about to leave.
No, don't leave me, Haley.
Bruh. Speaking of toxic love.
Oh, like you've never gone don't leave Ian before in your life? By the way, I did pass through Saffron before. I did nothing in this town. I just passed through because I was trying to move around. Alright, so let's take our Saffron tour.
I'm pretty sure the soul badge is actually meant to be a petal of some sort.
Oh, like Nightshade or something.
Like a pink flower petal.
Yeah. Oh, Nightshade's the only poison flower thing I know. Oh, it's in the shape of a fuchsia heart. There we go. You know, this guy does make a good point, by the way. Why doesn't the Elite Four come and just stomp out Team Rocket? Why are we letting the 10-year-old do it? We'll get stinking rich. Yeehaw! Oh hey, Mr. Psychic's house. Alright guys, are we using Psychic on Starmie?
Love.
I can't believe reusable TMs aren't a thing. Actually, I don't even care about no reusable TMs. I just think TMs should always be, like, obtainable. Like, you're not limited to one copy. Like, if you want TMs to be, like, spread out throughout the journey, that's fine. But then, like, have a post-game way to, like, get the TM again.
Okay, Ian, I'm gone.
No!
I'll be
Haley's
back.
leaving. Alright, bye. Peace out. See ya.
Bye.
Have fun, don't die.
Okay.
What if I tie Giga Drain to Venusaur? Of course, this is when Giga Drain only had 5 power points. Man, Giga Drain was so bad that, like, you just knew they were like, well, I guess we gotta buff it. Should I teach Ice Beam to Starmie too? Is that overkill? Yeah, like, I know it's good. It's like, is it necessary? Like, all it helps me with is one gym, right? Or, Lance. Fine, we'll do it. I grinded for it. I've earned it. I've earned this, okay? Fairly useful for Lance. Okay, but he has some Dragonites, right? Okay. That's a good move set right there. That's a good move set. Okay, so it popped up because of Xeon. I gotta ask a question to you guys. What is the deal with Tomodachi Life? Like, I know nothing about it, but it looks kinda dumb to me. Is this just like a case of me not getting it? It's not heavily censored? Didn't even know they would or wouldn't be censored. What unblocks the gym? Do you have to do the dojo first? Is that what unblocks it? Clearing Silphco? Wait, we gotta do Silphco? Pokemon Tower? Yeah, we did that ages ago. Well, I was hoping I could, like, knock out the gym before the end of the stream. Like, that would be, like, a pretty nice place to leave off. But guess that's not how this is gonna play out, huh? Well, we'll do the dojo, and then maybe I'll try to... I don't know if we'll finish Silphco, but we could at least, like, work on it. I'm okay running stream a little late today. That's acceptable for me. One gym per stream was the original contract. Yeah, but we have failed miserably at that because we've had some streams where we never even got to do another gym. Never got to do one gym. Ugh. Sup, Skirm? Sup, embrace the struggle plus. That is a mouthful of a name. Give the tea to the guards first, then do Silphco before the rocket hideout? Really? I feel like there's gotta be something blocking you from that. Quetzal is a great nickname. Thanks, I spent 5 minutes thinking it up. I was struggling with a nickname, and I'm like, okay, what does Dragonite remind me of? and thus the name was born. I imagine that the rocket grunt outside of the Sylph Company probably blocks the door if you haven't done the rocket game corner. Like, that just makes sense. I feel like. Again, bad RNG. What's it take to get some good RNG around here? I need to know. I need to know. If you remember my black and white walkthroughs just like it was yesterday, I don't remember crap about those walkthroughs. I actually legitimately don't remember my black and white or black and white 2 walkthroughs. I remember I was looking up my old Pokemon parties because something came up that made me want to look them up. And I was like mind blown that I used an Espeon in the one series. I'm like, wait, I did? Huh? News to me. My teams were awesome. I think my teams were okay. I've said this about Pokemon for the longest time, but there's like always one Pokemon on my team that feels like it didn't carry its weight. That seems to be the case with like every playthrough I ever do of any Pokemon game ever. I will say though, right now my 9 Pokemon party has been... Like, I think Dragonair so far is actually the only one who's been dead weight. And I knew that Dragonair was gonna be a bit of an investment. Like, it wasn't gonna pay off right away. I'm sure it'll be good a ways down the road here. I remember I did an Emerald playthrough with Haley 3 or 4 years ago. And I used Armaldo. Wow, that was somehow even worse than Torkoal. I was shocked at how bad Armaldo was. It was next level garbage. The problem with Armaldo was it took forever to evolve it, and then by the time you finally did evolve it, you were in the sea routes of Hoenn. So you were just fighting water Pokemon 24/7, so it had no value at that point. Like, there was no point in the entire playthrough where Armaldo had any real value. Yeah, and it was just also bad. Went down easy, didn't dish out damage, and it was like type ineffective by the time it was even relevant. It was hands down one of the worst Pokemon that I think I've ever used in a playthrough. I was so upset and let down by it. I should try Gale of Darkness since it's on Switch 2. Yeah, it's on my radar. I haven't quite decided yet on my next project, but that one is in consideration at the moment. pretty good chance that's the route I end up going. That'll be a blind playthrough. I never played any of the GameCube games because, well, I didn't have a GameCube. I like Armaldo the Pokemon design-wise. Like, I have a huge soft spot for it because of Mystery Dungeon Sky. I found the Igglybuff's episode to be unusually wholesome. And that made me like Armaldo. And I'm like, you know, I want to try it out. How bad could it be? Oh. 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 Really bad. That's a Pokemon where if I had a Super Giga ROM hack, there would be some tweaking. For what? You know what? Let's run Venusaur. If they wanted to make a set of gym leaders you could face in any order, you need to make sure they're bringing something different. I agree with that. I also think you could just implement level scaling. Scarlet and Violet should have had level scaling so that you could kind of tackle the region however you wanted. I don't know. Pokemon's definitely still experiencing a bit of an identity crisis. I think it's like finding its footing in 9th gen, but it's still got a long ways to go. Those games are glitchy. Yeah, I did think about if they did an Explorers DX, that something like that could get cut. But I also feel like there ain't no way. But at this point, I just would be like happy for them to make it. Then again, I said that about 4th gen remakes, and then we got BDSP, so... Yeah, I guess there is a such thing as maybe I don't want them to make it. The franchise should be proud about how they made it 30 years. I'm not so sure about that. Pokemon was like a golden formula. It's amazing how much they fail to live up to their potential. You liked BDSP, honestly? Well, you might be one in a million. Alright, Haley... I'm gonna, like, double check my spreadsheet. Just to make sure I'm not dumb. Alright. Haley's using Hitmonlee on her party, actually. So, for me, it's Hitmonchan that I gotta take. Better not get greedy. Why? Who's gonna stop me? Yeah, Pokemon's the largest IP in the entire world. Honestly, it should be better. But it's okay. That's what ROM hacks are for. Okay, Silphco is 11 floors, right? Can we get through Silphco in like an hour? That seems a little ambitious. The Legends games are a step in the right direction. I definitely loved both Legends games, and I think they are the height of my enjoyment of Pokemon since effectively 4th gen. I know ZA was a little controversial and hit or miss for some people, but I really liked it. I also don't necessarily think that the lack of innovation is, like, inherently a bad thing. I think Pokemon has done a lot of innovative things throughout their games, but, like, keeping the core relatively the same isn't, like, the worst thing you could do. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? I always really liked this fountain when I was younger. For some reason, I found it to be a very pleasing fountain. There's a lot of both, and you have to contend with warp pads and locked doors. Yeah. If they make another Legends game, which region would I want it to be based in? That's a good question. I mean, obviously Hoenn stands out to me. There's actually a team that's apparently working on a Legends Hoenn game, which I think is kind of cool. I think Johto would make for a good region. Conceptually. I think there's a lot you could work with in Johto. I feel like Hoenn's lore has kind of got, like, randomly wrapped up in other games. An Industrial Revolution style Unova game. That could actually be kind of neat. I see the potential. Zubat. Do you think Zubat level 25 has 40 HP or less? Yeah, I didn't think so. I will play BDSP one more time for the sake of my marathon with Haley, and then I will never touch that game again. Eradicate. The good news is we're kind of getting Dragonair caught up with the rest of the crew now. Like, I could actually fight with it. Galar was confirmed the next region to get the Legends treatment? Really? Not sure I buy that. I feel like if Game Freak was smart, they would never touch 8th gen ever again. I don't know how you make 8th gen not suck. I just don't think it's possible. I guess you could make the argument there's untapped potential there. But it'd be very hard for me to be optimistic. Then again, I didn't like 6th gen, and ZA made me like Lumiose, so I guess anything is possible. But like, I don't think there's a single character from 8th gen that you could bounce off of and like find a way to make them interesting. Like... who you gonna try to make interesting there? Hop? Hop? Yeah, right. Hop. And milk Charizard to the extreme golden boy Leon. Leon irritates me because he actually could have been a cool Pokemon. Could have been, but wasn't. I didn't dislike X and Y, I just thought X and Y was like... what would Pokemon be like if you stripped out all of its personality and made the most generic Pokemon game you could? That is X and Y to me. It's not bad, it's just not good either. Sun and Moon occupies a very fascinating place in my opinion world, because conceptually I like loved everything about 7th gen, but the execution whiffed for me. 7th gen's pacing like really dragged it down. Leon could have been a cool Pokemon. You know what I mean. Damn you people. Maybe I should have brought more potions. Who designed this place? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get through Silphco in one stream, but I'll try. We'll see. Maybe we run a little late. I don't mind taking my stream as late as 3 hours, but going past 6 o'clock is a little extreme even for me. Where'd my weekend go? It was here, and then it was gone. It's me, embrace the struggle. Ah, nice. Welcome to Twitch. Guys, I need your help. I lost my weekend. My weekend just disappeared on me. I hate it. Intruder alert! Where does time go? That is the question. Only some sort of universe-altering power could understand the answer to that question. And we're in flinch mode. And we're flinching. Hey, at least I can't get poison. Oh look, I'm paralyzed. Like Carl Sagan? Funny. Has anyone here followed my streams long enough to remember the Zeal salad? Because the only reason I'm thinking about the end of stream right now is because I know that there's a salad with my name on it downstairs. I'm kind of hungry because all I ate for breakfast today was a bowl of cereal. Zeal salad. Yeah. Way back in the day, in the early King of Zeal days, I would stream in the afternoons and play Hearthstone, and then my mom would make a salad for me, and I would just like eat it on stream. And it kind of became a staple of my streams to sit here and eat a salad. I don't really like eating in front of people on stream, like it feels kind of rude, you know? I don't mind it for popcorn streams late on a Friday night, but... What's the recipe? Salad. It is salad. Salad stream was the precursor to the popcorn streams of today. Yeah, kind of. Sort of. Possibly. Possible. Popcorn is just corn salad. True. Charu. Yo, I have an answer for this. I actually kind of forgot I have anti-psychic tech on Jolteon. That like completely escaped my memory. Do Oots cheese bars count as popcorn? No, but those are good. I haven't had those in forever. I remember there was like a period of time for at least a little bit where we would like occasionally buy like one of those big buckets of them. But yeah, I haven't had those in forever. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot I have anti-psychic tech. Your brother used to work for the company? That's actually pretty cool. I do tend to agree that Oot's products seem to be pretty solid. You brought a canister on Friday? It's already empty? You must be pretty young still if you can do that. I'm like, oh god. If I did that, I would be like... I'd gain like 3 pounds. $28. Enjoy it while you still can. That's about the age where I started realizing, oh god, I'm getting fat. I can't eat like I used to. $33? You're actually a year older than me. Usually the people who tune into my streams are like 20s. I feel like. Magneton. I've got tech for that too. Can you guys believe that Magneton used to be just an electric type? You know, I knew that was gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna cure this and then it's gonna supersonic again. Or I'm just gonna get paralyzed off of that. Wow. The worst case scenario actually didn't happen. No, since you didn't have a Game Boy childhood. Tragic. Why do all these trainers start off with an evolved version and then send out an unevolved version? I actually really like Magneton. Like, I find Magneton to be a pretty neat Pokemon. Magnezone. I mean, my first handheld was a Game Boy SP. which is kind of crazy to think about. And we're poisoned. Magnezone was a staple in a Dragon Overload strategy? That sounds like a card game tactic. Oh, I see what you're saying. Pin Missile! I was originally debating with Haley on Double Kick versus Pin Missile, and I concluded that Double Kick is actually superior, and that Pin Missile actually just sucks. But I think it's better than Quick Attack. I should probably honestly just go back and heal up. I already came in here, yep. It's one of the Rocket Brothers! Yeah? Yeah. Oh god, I've lost my marbles so much I've turned into a cat girl. Yo, would you guys like me if I became a cat girl? Like, what if I got a voice changer and a cat girl VTuber model? Would you still watch me? Would you tune into my streams still? It wouldn't be Ian anymore? Wow, you guys wouldn't love me if I was a cat girl? I am hurt. I am hurt! Not the non-standard route and become a Teemo instead? Ugh. God, I'd rather die. That man next to me is such a coward. Same. What floor are we on? 6. I think I'm gonna fight these 2 battles. And then I'll go take a quick hill break at the Poké Center. Go all out and become a furry? Oh god. Oh god, no. No. No furry for me. Oh, thank you. If I fused Well, I've talked before about being like a Skarmory VTuber. People just seem to be anti-VTuber, and it makes me sad. I think it'd actually be kind of cool to like get a VTuber model of some kind. Really play into the Skarmory thing. I mean, am I really that interesting to look at? I'm a nerd. Bit of an oversaturation at this point. Yes, because there isn't an oversaturation of nerds. I feel like I'm like a 3 or a 4. I could have like a really cool VTuber model that's like actually neat to look at. But instead you guys get to look at my ugly ass. Bed is in the southwest corner of the 9th floor of Silphco. Oh yeah, I forgot about the bed. Okay, but my team's like dying. I need to go like take a quick rest. We're getting a little banged up in here. Russian no man's land. Russia? There ain't no Russia in this world. I'm very handsome. Thanks, but I don't believe anybody telling me that. Not even when Haley says it. I'm in denial. Am I? I had an ex-girlfriend, and somewhere we got on the topic of, like, rating people, and somehow we touched into the most dangerous topic ever, where we were like, okay, unbiased opinion, what is the other person? By the way, don't ever have that conversation with your partner. You will never walk away from that conversation feeling good. She said I was a 5. I'm like, you monster. You monster. You don't think I'm ugly? Thanks, I don't think I'm ugly either. I think I am unique. I am very, like, unconventional in my appearance. And if I, like, actually put in more effort into my looks, I could probably be, like... I could probably bump myself up, like, 2 or 3 points if I actually, like, made an effort. But I'm a lazy bum, and I don't do that, so... That's... not good for business. I actually think like a 5 is a perfectly fair assessment of me, by the way. I was probably offended by it at the time because, you know, you're kind of thinking you're girlfriend or boyfriend, like, even if you're trying to be unobject, like, like you're trying to take a realistic approach to it, it's still kind of not the number you should be throwing out for your boyfriend. She thought she was a 7 or an 8. Now that I don't have rose-tinted glasses on... okay, that's meme. Hope she never tunes into my stream again. That would be awkward. Hold on, I'm gonna check my viewer list just in case. Okay, good, we're safe. Careful what I say online. I don't think she was ugly. I just think that her putting herself at a 7 or an 8 when she was calling me a 5 was hilarious. Like, in hindsight. Like, remember, I'm reflecting on a conversation that happened, like, 8 years ago. And if you look at that conversation now, it's like... okay. Yeah, beauty ranking is definitely a loaded thing. I agree with that statement. There's a lot more to a relationship, obviously, than looks. I will say this, and nobody's allowed to ever repeat what I'm about to say to Haley. I got really lucky with Haley. Haley is, I feel like if I tried to envision, like, the kind of girl I'd want to date appearance-wise, it would be her, and then, lo and behold, we ended up in a relationship, and I'm like, wow, this girl's, like, exactly what I'm looking for. So I feel like I got very lucky. And don't anyone breathe a word of that to her. It's a secret. It's a secret. Oops. I'd have fun voicing for Glitch. I don't know what that is. Sounds like a J-pop band or like an idol group. We are Glitch. There was an anime last season. It was like a rom-com. And its name is escaping me, but it was about like an idol group. And they called themselves Face. We are Face. Oh, oops. Wrong staircase. Twitch Productions, the company behind shows like Digital Circus and Murder Drones. That is just more things I don't know what you're talking about. We have gone from something I don't know what it is to more things that I don't know what they are. I have always thought that it would be fun to do something like voice acting, though. I don't really feel like I have a very big vocal range, though. Like, I'd be a very one-dimensional voice actor. Something to ask Haley about? Why would Haley know about it? Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. Well, I'm familiar with Hazbin Hotel. I don't know much about it, though. Other than Amelie did a bang-up cover of some song. Actually, I think it was like an original song inspired by Hazbin Hotel, and I haven't listened to them forever. That was a good song. I have Natural Cure on Starmie, right? There might be a chance. Somehow I get the feeling no. Haley has, like, her things, obviously, but she surprisingly lives under a rock more than me half the time. Also, I got Illuminate! I could have had Natural Cure. I got the wrong... Wait! Yo, I got scammed with my ability. Oh well. Oh well. That's just sad. Oh no, you'll call for backup. I take it these are not the beds I can rest in. Why are all the nicknames in all caps? Because everything is in all caps. This is 3rd gen. Who doesn't put things in all caps in 3rd gen? Oh. Full health self-destruct is certainly a play. It's one way to make the game harder, just rolling what you get. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what I did back in the day. Those walkthrough teams, you think I was, like, worrying about what nature I got on any of them? Nah. Sleep Talk is theoretically better than Snore. It's all better than Yawn, though. Yawn is so bad. Maybe I will get Shadow Ball for Snorlax. Maybe I'll do that between streams. Shadow Ball would definitely come in handy for the Psychic Gym, that's for sure. We're causing you problems? Well, that's just too dang bad. Yeah, I was gonna replace Snore with Shadow Ball. Then it's a pretty solid set. I agree, I concur. Oh no, it's Minimize! Ah, time to miss. Oh look, I missed. Who could have predicted that? Who could have predicted that? Sleep Talk makes more sense with Shadow Ball replacing Sleep Talk? What? What? Nani? Oh, by the way, this is like completely off topic, but the Timberwolves, my basketball team, they will be playing playoff games next week on my stream date. So I was kind of thinking the one game starts at like 9:30. Maybe we do like Fire Red Leaf Green, and then we just like do a hangout and chill and watch the game sort of stream. Or, well, I probably couldn't show it on stream, but like we watch the game. Or something or other. Then we do like popcorn talk and laugh as my team probably gets swept in 4. We'll see, we'll see. But I think that's what's gonna play out, because I don't want to miss my team play a playoff game. But thankfully the game starts at 9:30, which is after my Fire Red Leaf Green stream block, so... And then, like, maybe after the game's over, I'll play more Yakuza or something. I have tech for this. It lived with 1 HP! Ha. But now I get the flinch. I have tech for this too! Ooh. Your brothers will avenge you. I think your brothers have all lost. Is there anyone left? Man, this place goes on forever. Forever! Make it stop. I get the feeling we're not gonna finish this place on today's stream. Like, maybe I finish climbing all the floors without any warp panels, and then, like, we call it there. That might be a good place to leave off. Then we come back, and then we start, like, actually doing the maze. Decisions. You know, Shed Skin is a very OP move. Or ability. Especially in first gen, where status effects run rampant. It's actually a shame that you lose Shed Skin. What is Dragonite's ability? Or does it have Shed Skin too? Inner Focus. Yeah, that's so much less useful. That is just like a straight downgrade. I actually think that Pokemon needs more status moves. I remember watching a video a ways back about like making a status move for every Pokemon type. And ever since I saw that video, I just like really like that idea. I think, like, more status moves could add more variety to battle dynamics. Arceus says Drowsy and Frostbite. Yeah, well, those are like basically rewrites of Sleep and Freeze, which I actually think Frostbite is superior to Freeze. Freeze is like really hard to balance, and it's one of the reasons that Ice types I think suck, is because they have to balance around Freeze. Like, I think Frostbite is a really good alternative to Burn. The problem with moves like Sleep and... or like statuses like Sleep and Freeze is, in a game like Pokemon, just straight up losing your turn is massively bad. You know? Like, it was fine in first gen when the game was, like, not really that big. But in the newer games with, like, so much going on, you just can't afford to lose an entire turn to a status. Not just one turn, but multiple turns. Like, if freeze or sleep was effectively like flinch, where it was like, okay, you lose a turn, that's one thing. But losing 2 turns? Oof. Or 3 turns? Or 4 turns? Rough stuff. Yeah, Pokemon in early gens was slower too. Like, you might end up exchanging attacks back and forth for a while. Whereas, like, in the newer games, rock, paper, scissors basically has you one-shotting your opponents. Would I rather keep Snow to be the physical version to Sandstorm or swap to Frostbite? I think I prefer Frostbite. Snow is more like a weather condition. It's like a little bit different than a status. Hey Amir, time zones serve you well? Well, unfortunately, you tuned in a little late. Time zones may have served you well, but stream is probably not much longer. Snow is better for ice types than Hail. I mean, I would probably ditch Hail. I would do like Frostbite Snow. I think status effects should have more minute effects so that they could be more abundant, right? Like, Poison's fine because the effect is slow, whereas Freeze is like a very strong effect, and that's why it's bad. Nobody likes losing 3 straight turns on an RNG timer to Freeze. So it's a balancing act. Alright, I could wrap up stream now, or I could start running around the warp tiles. You think we can finish Silphco in a half hour? I think maybe we can. I'll give it a stab. Am I playing wrong? You hit super effectively, but you're not one-hit KOing everything? I feel like in the newer Pokemon games, if you aren't one-hit KOing with super effective moves, you're either like really under-leveled, or it's early game, before your Pokemon learn good moves. Maybe not one-hitting, but at least 2-hitting. If I make note of which warp goes where. Oh, well, see, that's the problem. Or just a bad gamer. True. That one. Okay. Wait, isn't this where I started? It is. The hardest Pokemon game for me? Probably like Crystal when I was a kid. Pokemon's not really hard. It's just a matter of persistence these days. The Thunder Wave technique. No, I don't have the key card. Focus Punch. I feel like I'm kind of going in circles here. I already did all these warp. No, I didn't do these ones. Let's not backseat me for this. Do I really need backseated? I don't think so. I mean, how hard can it be? I think I could two-shot with Dragon Rage. Oh, barely. Barely. Oh, what? I've been baited. If only we could all smile like that Electrode on the daily. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. I noticed, buddy. E-card. 6th floor. This guy's probably gonna have, like, some Magnemites. Can't disable me if there's nothing to disable. And then I got baited and it's all just wheezings and coughings and grimers and mucks. Oh, that ain't good. I was fully expecting the poison there. Bro, what is this team? It's so irritating! I should've went Starmie. Oh well. Have I hit this one yet? I think I have, right? Yeah, that takes me back to 4th floor. Did I check the 5th floor? Yes. Hey, Equinox. Man, everybody's tuning in at the last minute of stream. Silly gooses. This floor doesn't even have a warp. Why do I feel like I already checked these warps? Probably because I have. Okay, I'm running out of places to warp. Starting to feel a little stupid. Oh, did I never... Maybe I didn't check the 5th floor. Ha! Ha ha ha! Found it! Okay, now I gotta just, like, go mow down a bunch of doors, right? This is the way forward, right? I'm pretty sure... Pretty sure that takes us to the end. So let's go explore the other floors real quick. If I see my rival, I'm heading towards the boss fight. Yeah, I'm almost positive I was in the right place. I'm actually not sure how much more there is to explore. But I want items. I want them all! I'm greedy. Huh. Haven't fought this guy. Where does this take me? It's a sand shrew. It's okay, we're gonna blitz through the rest of this game. We are almost there. We're speed running this. 100%. 360 no scope. Gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Bubba the best. Okay, but where does this go? Oh. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Not the Master Ball, anything but the Master Ball! Have a great day, gamer. Thank you. May all your days be great, and all your Pokemon shiny. Unless you're using Espeon. That's just cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, I agree. If I didn't get every item, I would be thinking about how I didn't get every item, and it would be terrible. The Sandslash on Route 111 made you not like him? What's wrong with Sandslash? Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There are worse looking shinies? Are there though? I remember when I played Pokorogue, which by the way, I kind of want to check out Pokorogue again. But I do and I don't. Pokorogue kind of got repetitive quickly, which I guess is sort of the point. But also like, but anyways, I digress. They changed Espeon's green shiny into like a different green. And it was such a huge improvement. Like, I cannot express how much of an improvement that was. Third floor. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost done, guys. We are almost free. Free like a butterfree. That's kind of redundant. Free like a caterpie. Oh crap, there's another battle. Wait, no. We already fought you. And we already saved you. Alright, we are done. To the exit. Green shinies look like vomit. Yeah, that's why the Pokorogue one is so much better. Like, it did such a good job of improving it. Also, I totally went to the wrong floor. But you know what? We'll check it out anyway. Soft orange would have been powerful. I feel like a nice peachy color would have been kind of cool. Who's going on the Master Ball? No one. I never use my Master Ball. Who uses their Master Ball? On-Roman legendaries. You know, that is a valid point. Also, why did I switch to Ninetales? Am I stupid? I would only use my Master Ball in a 100% like, I don't want to mess around situation. which would mean it would probably have to be a shiny Pokemon. I think Master Balls being limited to just one is actually bad game design. I think they should be like... There should be a way to get more of them. It can be a tedious way. I just think, like, it's bad game design to have something that's, like, you feel locked out of. You know what? I'll just stay out. Tackle attack. ID Lotto #1 prize is Master Ball. Okay, that doesn't count. We all know ain't nobody hitting the Master Ball on the ID Lotto. I checked that stuff every day when I was a kid. I always went back to check my Lotto ID. I never once won. When I say tedious, I mean doable. Like, not something that requires you to check it every day for 5 years. And you still might never hit. Like, it's gotta be a repeatable method. But repeatable is like... repeatable in a not insanely asinine way. Alright. It's Hey Hey Haley. Gary, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Damn, Gary be, kinda strong right now. Well, if Emerald comes to Switch, you could just probably use the, duplication glitch. I assume they wouldn't get rid of that. That would be kind of a dick move to get rid of that. Emerald with unlimited Master Balls would be pretty fun. But the thing is you could only get it in the post-game, so it's not like it would even be all that OP. It would just be like a late-game time saver. How much you want to bet I'm going to be paralyzed here? Gary's not really a threat anymore because I could just play the rock, paper, scissors game now. Before, there was actually like a real struggle that was going on when I fought him. Alakazam. Whoa, that Alakazam looks kinda... It looks a little something. Oh, isn't Ninetales Fire Psychic? Great question. Nobody knows. It's a tragedy. I think Seaglass made Ninetales Fire Fairy, which I'm actually okay with that. Damn, Charizard tanked that. Dude, imagine you're on your last Pokemon, you're fighting a Jolteon, your like back is against the wall, and is like, you know what I better use right now? Scary Face. That's the move. And off he goes. You think I need the heal for Giovanni? Probably not. I think we can fight him. Oh, there's another Rocket Grunt? I'm like, okay, boss time, and stopped. Dude, I want my salad. I just want my salad. I think I definitely greeted trying to finish stream today. Trying to finish the Rocket Silphco. It's okay, it's okay. I'm glad a lot of people tuned in here at the end of the stream, though. You guys do know I start at 3 o'clock, right? Okay, I know you know, Angor. I'm talking to, like, half the people that have tuned in the last half hour. Oy, oy, oy. Like, do I need to advertise more? Do I need to, like, drop that ping on Discord? I always feel bad about everyone pinging on Discord. I, like, try to really minimalize that. Ping on Discord. I mean, technically, you just have to, like, tag the Twitch thing and it'll tell you when I go live. But also, my stream times are fixed. I've been streaming at the same time for, like, the last 2-3 months now. I feel like everyone should know my stream time at this point. Yeah, 3 hours ago is when the stream started. If it's 11 p.m. where you're at, that means my Sunday start time is 8 p.m. Also, this Nidoqueen is jacked. Genghis-Gun. Should I make a switch here? I feel like I should. I don't know. I just want to make sure everyone knows when streams are. I feel like I said, at this point it should be well established and known. I just want to make sure people are able to watch when they want to watch. Ya know. Ya know. Is Giovanni the original Gooner guy? What? Huh? On and off from Twitch. Yeah, but you can always make time for your boy Super Mega Skarmory. Always make time for me. Nidoqueen and Kangaskhan are kinda moms? So you're saying he's into MILFs? I could give you anything. Why, thank you. Can you just slip me like a couple $1,000,000 instead, though? What a weird place for a PC. I've said it before, I'll say it again, for the low cost of a couple $1,000,000, I will retire from working real jobs and become a full-time YouTuber again. Just the low cost. So if any, like, giga-rich Super Skarmory fan wants to fund me for the rest of my life, it can be done. Kind of weird that the music doesn't change in Silphco. Also, I guess there's probably some more buildings now that we could walk into, right? Like this one? That money will still go into my taxes. Yeah, but also no. Could I do that with the lottery? Yes, if I won the lottery, I probably would be able to do that. Just the low cost of $5 million, and I will be a full-time YouTuber. Well, okay, maybe not a full-time, but like, you know, I'll put in 30, 40 hours a week. Alright, folks. We went giga overtime today, but I appreciate everybody tuning in. It was a good stream. Next week is going to be a little weird because Timberwolf game is on after... it's at 9:30, which is after my Fire Red Leaf Green stream block. So we'll do Fire Red Leaf Green next week, and then After Hours might be a little up in there, but we'll see how things play out. Anyways, hope you all have a wonderful week ahead of you. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.